Hey, good morning. Tommy Martin here, hanging out in my kitchen. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, I want to continue to talk about Paul's letter, the book of Philippians that he wrote to the church in Philippi. But this morning, rather than being in Philippians, we're going to jump over into the book of Acts, Acts 16, and kind of see how all this got started. We get over to Acts 16, and the first thing we see is that Timothy joins up with Paul and his group and is going to travel with them and be a very significant preacher and missionary and helper of Paul. Then in verses 6 through 10, we get a really interesting struggle with Paul and his guys, and they're trying to go places, and it says the Holy Spirit or the Spirit of Christ won't let them go there, so they're saying, God, where do you want us to go? And I don't know about you, but in my life, I often pray, God, would you shut the doors that I'm not supposed to go through, and would you open the doors that I am supposed to go through, and just give me wisdom to go where I'm supposed to go. So that's a biblical prayer, because we see that happening here with Paul and the guys in Acts 16. And during that process, they go to bed that night. Paul has this vision or dream about this man from Macedonia saying, hey, would you come see us? So Macedonia is in northern Greece. All the places that they've been trying to go are modern day Western Turkey. So they have to load up and sail across the Aegean Sea to get over to Macedonia. They end up in Philippi, which would have probably been the major city in that region. And so that's where they are. And so this is the first account we have of the gospel going into Europe. Up until this time, the gospel has basically been in an area from Israel up around to Turkey. All right, and we're going to pick up the story in Acts 16, and I'll read verses 13 through 15. On the Sabbath, we went outside the city gate to the river, where we expected to find a place of prayer. We sat down and began to speak to the women who had gathered there. One of those listening was a woman from the city of Thyatira named Lydia, a dealer in purple cloth. She was a worshiper of God. The Lord opened her heart to respond to Paul's message. When she and the members of her household were baptized, she invited us to her home. If you consider me a believer in the Lord, she said, come and stay at my house. And she persuaded us. Okay, so a couple of things I want to talk about there. First off, they did not head down to this area around the river to find some people to tell about Jesus. They were going about their business. They were going to go and find a place of prayer, and they got interrupted along their way by some people who needed to hear about Jesus. Our days are like this. We intend to go and do one thing, but we have the opportunity to do something much more significant. So open your eyes, see the opportunity. Okay? And then it says that Lydia was a worshiper of God. Now that's not a Jew, and she had not converted to Judaism, but she did believe in the Jewish God. She did get the concept there's one true God. He created everything. He is everything. And that would have been different to the multi-theist, the multiple God belief that the Greeks and the Romans would have had at that time. So she's close. She's getting, hey, I'm beginning to understand about God. So that's what a worshiper of God is at that time. And then Paul speaks his message. He tells her about Jesus. Can't be a response until someone tells someone. And she responds, accepts Christ, and is baptized. And then her whole house hears the message and accepts Christ and is baptized. So three things I want to point out here. People are being drawn to God. It happened in Bible times. It still happens today. People are being drawn to God. We need to find those people, recognize those people, tell those people about Jesus. Share the gospel with those people, and God saves. God is in the business of turning those who are far away from Him and drawing them closer to Him, are turning enemies into friends, okay? Turning dead men into live men. God is in the business of changing and saving, and we have a part to play. And so as you go through your day, look for opportunities. Just like this, they didn't go down there to evangelize. They went to pray, and they got interrupted. So it's great if you make a list of what you want to get done today or tomorrow. But man, I hope that you would say to God, God, this is my list, but if you've got a better list, you just give it to me, because I want to do what you're about, and I want to see people come to know you, people grow up in you. So this is the people that he gets to write that letter back to so many years later. But Paul was able to just share the gospel, and it got received. And we have that same opportunity. Hey, hope you have a great day. Hope you're out there making a difference in our world. We need godly people to have great influence in our society. That needs to be us. Let's do it.